Hello and welcome to another one of our wand building videos. Today's going to be quite a short one because my voice is not being kind to me. It's winter now in this time of the world, and this week my voice is just kind of out of whack. So we're going to just quickly go through some of the main strategies and wand build that you can use to make Luminous Drill better. So Luminous Drill, I'm sure you've seen it, a short concentrated beam of light. Very useful when just firing like this, but if you add a few more of them, you can see because they speed up the wand, it becomes a very useful digging tool. Now the main issue with Luminous Drill is that even though it's a good digging tool, if you spam it very quickly, most wands won't be able to keep up with the mana. So a spell, first of all, that comes in handy whenever using Luminous Drill is add mana. Add 30 mana to the wand, and each Luminous Drill costs 10 mana. So this wand is costing 2 mana per cast, basically, because of the multicast. If I removed it, it would be costing 0 mana, because 1 add mana can support 3 Luminous Drills. So we all know how that works. Now, I'm sure you've seen Ping Pong Path. This is one of the most popular wand builds of all. I mean, you can't talk about Luminous Drill without talking about Ping Pong Path. Luminous Drill, Ping Pong Path, very deadly combination. It's good for digging at range, as you can see, and also just very good at dealing damage. I mean, most enemies on this first floor are dying pretty instantly. Now, if we go to someone with a bit more health, if you can let me get there. Let's go to Steve quickly. Now he has a shield, which is annoying. But as you can see, he very quickly just goes down instantly. So that was Ping Pong Path. Now, Ping Pong Path is good, but sometimes you might not like the way it moves. So increased lifetime is a very good substitute for Ping Pong Path. It does the same thing that Ping Pong does by adding the lifetime, because that's the main thing why Ping Pong Path is good. It's adding lifetime to the spell, making it last longer so that it can actually reach the enemy and deal damage. Still just as effective, as you can see. And if I were to add damage plus on this, damage would add damage plus, the damage would go up very quickly with just a little bit of fall off. As you can see, it's drooping quite a bit, but that was the heavy shot. Damage plus wouldn't make it move like that, but I'm getting a lot of damage out of this. The next thing I want to talk about is Orbiting Arc. Now, Orbiting Arc, what it does is it makes a spell orbit at the point of its lifetime. As you can see, it's making it move in a spiral, and I'm gonna add in a glimmer just for show. This is the main build that made me want to make this video. It looks so cool, but that's not what I wanted to showcase. Orbiting Arc, while very good, you'll see if you add more Orbiting Arcs, the spell becomes more like it orbits even more, as you can see. So it's orbiting quite long because of the increased lifetime. Not only Ping Pong Path, but Orbiting Arc also increases the spell's lifetime. Now, because I'm using Divide by 10, this won't really do any damage. Hello? It's not even homing. I'm just gonna add homing to make it move to them. Why is it not homing? I wonder why. Too many orbits, I think. Can I place this with 4? It's orbiting so much that the homing can't take effect. Did I even add homing? No. Such an idiot. Okay. You can see it's not doing much damage because of the divide by. So that's why you need to be very considerate when using divide by spells. However, that was not the main point. The main point is Larpa Explosion. So we're going to combine these two later, but Larpa Explosion, what it does is, I remove this, you can see a beam. Each Luminous Drill, when it dies, it's going to spawn out 8 copies of itself. And this, by the way, deals a lot of damage. Now, I don't want it to be so close to me, so I'm going to add the Homing, Glimmer, and Lifetime. Well, you don't need the Glimmer. And again, this spell costs a lot of mana as well, 90 mana. And it just gets instantly melted. The spell, not only is it expensive, but it's not unlimited by default. So you will need unlimited spell in order to use it. And you can see I'm even running out of mana on this super one that I've given myself. So I can find some enemies. The homing is doing a lot of work, but mainly it's the explosive Larpa. It's spawning in 8 copies of itself when it dies. That is the explosive Larpa. If I add even more explosive Larpa, it will look even more bright. He gets instantly destroyed. If you combine it with the orbiting arc, you can make like a bomb, I want to call it, that when it expires, it spawns in a bunch of those luminous drills. If I add 10 of them, you can see it's spinning and spinning and spinning, and then when it dies out, you get all of the luminous drills. So that was the orbiting arc and explosion Larpa. Larpa Explosion is very good with the Luminous Drill, however, you do need to take in mind that it is a limited spell. Go away here. Right. The next thing I want to talk about, which I really don't see people talking about a lot, is Explosive Projectile. Now this is, as you can see, quite deadly. I'm just going to put one Luminous Drill so I can showcase it. It's basically only the lifetime that's making sure it gets to the enemy, but this does a lot of damage. If I go to someone who's a bit tankier, you can see that tank, who's normally very annoying, got killed in one shot. Right? Basically getting one shot. Now, you normally don't need explosion immunity when using explosive projectile. However, with Luminous Drill, explosive projectile will damage you, so you will need explosive immunity. If I just show with 3 onto the statue, getting about 3000 damage there. And if I go to my friend over here, getting killed basically instantly. I don't even know what numbers I saw on the statue, but it's gone now. So if I add in my Larpa Explosion orbiting arc, then I will have the wand I wanted to showcase, which was basically what inspired me to make this video in the first place. The homing and the increased lifetime is what's making it get to the enemy, and the damage is mainly coming from explosive projectile and Larpa Explosion. Mainly from explosive projectile. The way it just seeks out, and the orbiting arc makes it look so silly and whimsical. Like, it looks silly, but it can deal massive amounts of damage. So let's go and see our good friend Scott quickly and see what he has to say. Nothing. Like, a Luminous Drill, normally very kind of weak, but if you can increase its lifetime with Ping Pong Path or increase lifetime and an explosive projectile, very deadly. And obviously, to add even more damage, I'm using the Larpa Explosion. And wait for this guy to lower his shield quickly. In fact, I won't wait. Just go away here. The way orbs look so cool, and then when they expire, they explode into the Larpa Explosion. Anyway, that's all I had for you today. A bit of a shorter video than normal, because my voice is still a bit sore, but I hope you learned something. I'm still running out of mana. Hold on, I need to make a thumbnail, so I need more mana. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.